Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Cruise Conversations, and we are joined today for one of our Meet the Innovator series with Matteo Schedoni from Fiandre. Welcome, Matteo.
Welcome, Toby. Welcome, everyone.
It's good to see you here. You have, in true Italian style, made me look like a bum with my night top on. So it's good for you to be here like this.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No, so tell us, where are you at the moment?
Well, we are based in Reggio Emilia province, closest city to Bologna, a couple of hours down south from Milan, to give you a geographical, more or less, point of view.
Yeah, and so tell us all about Fiandre. What is it you guys do, and what sort of markets do you guys serve?
So Fiandre was born in 1961, producing fine porcelain stoneware, and now we are producing different kind of format slabs within 3 different countries: Italy, Germany, and US. We have 7 different brands within the holding Irish Ceramic Group. And the technology development allowed us to get from the 2020 format that we were producing in the 60s to the 3 meters, 1.5 meter slabs in 6 mil that we are doing as a bigger size slabs at the moment. So technology developed pretty well.
Yeah, which leads us on to the first point that we're all here for. This is our Meet the Innovators series, where we are interviewing companies within the cruise industry that have got something new and exciting, innovative to show our audience. So the reason we invited you guys to take part in this session is because you've been working on something called Active Surface. So can you tell our audience what Active Surface is?
Correct. So Active Surface is the latest milestone and investment of the group. The first investment was made in 2009 with the first Active 1.0. Active Surface is, as the word says, porcelain stoneware with titanium dioxide doped with silver within the raw material, fixed at high temperature, that allows the slabs to be anti-pollution, antibacterial, and just recently, in the last month of 2020, we received the certificate that Active Surface works against SARS-CoV-2, which is responsible for COVID-19. What does it mean? It means that COVID dies within 4 hours in contact with the active surface. So it's a revolutionary development, and we're really, really proud to have been achieved this milestone.
Absolutely. So just for those at home listening to this, I'm just going to repeat what you said. COVID-19 dies within 4 hours of touching this surface. Is that correct?
Correct. This is correct. The tests were run by University of Milan. All the certificates are freely downloadable from the website because it's a patented material. So everyone can freely download for whatever necessity.
Yeah.
ISO certified as well.
Okay, so for our audience, which, as you know, is made up of interior designers, architects, cruise execs, shipyards involved in new build and refurbishment, what are some of the typical applications for this product?
Well, whatever surface we touch, meaning floors, walls, fabrication, such as tables, such as basins, vanity tops, etc. So places where people are actually putting their finger on, whatever kindergarten or hospitals are using this type of material. Ventilated facades as well, and of course all bathroom in a cruise line or a countertop for a bar, something like that. It's porcelain, so it's very versatile. Pardon me, Toby.
Sorry, go ahead.
Now, I was saying is really versatile material. So starting from a big slabs, we can actually create whatever product we can think about. So
Yeah.
it's really interesting to use.
Absolutely. So with regards to the actual process in which this technology is installed into the material, this is not a coating, is it? This is not something that's put on after the finished product has been made. This is at manufacturing level.
Active surface is a manufacturing level. Titanium dioxide together with silver, it goes into the body and it allows porcelain to be photocatalytic forever. And the dimension of the titanium dioxide fixed is micrometric size, which is the biggest difference within all the coating spray that you find in the market that are based on nanotechnology instead.
Yeah, and then with regards to our audience that are in the US, so we've got a lot of our cruise execs and our interior design contacts in the US. You know, they may be looking at this thinking, you know, this is clearly an Italian-led research product. How do they get their hands on something like this? I mean, is this something that's scalable to the US? How active are you on a global scale?
Basically, we produce active 100% in Italy, so it's a 100% made in Italy product.
Yeah.
We can reach more than 150 countries around the world because we have a local partner that can use the product to manufacture different objects, or use the material themselves, import the material and delivery to shipyards rather than samples to practices, etc. So we have a worldwide connection to many countries, and this is pretty helpful when a sample is required in Hong Kong and someone is requesting it from Miami, or material is needed in Germany, for example.
Cool. And talk to me from a design point of view then, because I can see a product behind you. It looks beautiful. How does this titanium and silver impact the design? Does it change the color? Does it change the thickness? How, you know, I'm not a technical person, but I think that a designer would probably ask these questions.
Well, active surface can be produced on any kind of design. Basically, not on polished surface, because polished surface is a mechanical treatment which will create a really shiny surface, which is stopping the photocatalytic action. And so we can't create that on polished, but on any kind of matte, or the so-called in the industry honed finish, natural finish, that can be produced and provided as active surface.
Wow.
So in terms of design, any kind of drawing and design that we have in our collection range can be made as active.
Fantastic. And in terms of lead time then, so if we think about, you know, a cruise line wants to purchase X amount of square meters, what's the typical lead time to get the product created? Because I imagine everything is made to order, right?
Well, we have several collections made to order, or more than 1,000 collections that we do regularly. So based on that huge catalog, they can actually pick whatever, and in 4 weeks we can ship in whatever part of the world. Made on order, it depends on the graphic they select, it depends on the color they want to mix together, but usually is 5 to 6 weeks.
Wow. And one of the really interesting points that we all know, being in the cruise industry, is weight. Now, when I hear the word, you know, stones or porcelains, or, you know, I always think, geez, that, you know, what's the thickness here? You know, the weight has a massive impact on the fuel and all of the other, you know, the other things that I need to take into consideration. So what's the typical thicknesses that you guys can produce with the active surface?
Is 6 mil. Usually the standard that we commonly produce at the moment is 6 millimeter, which talking about kilograms means 14 kilograms per square meter. So really, really light.
Yeah.
Combining the technical features of porcelain stoneware. So really hard, really durable.
Yeah.
And it doesn't scratch. Ideally day for the cruise industry, we might think in smaller format than 3 meter 150 because porcelain it's really hard. So we shall shrink down the format to 35, 35, 40, 40, something like that. Whatever design is fine. Ideally, the weight remains really, really light.
Mm. Okay. And then with regards to, so we've spoken about, the thickness 6 mil, which obviously has a big impact on the weight. Great. Durability. What about fire rating? How do you guys, test the fire ratings?
Well, this is porcelain stoneware, so it's classified as fire rating A1. So absolutely against fire,
Yeah.
which makes it perfectly fine for many different kind of application. We use it outdoor as well in different areas, such as ventilated facade, which is not this topic today, but still, when we're talking about porcelain, which is a really versatile material, other
Yeah.
applications are in place.
Yeah, and sustainability is a big thing at the moment. It's a huge talking point. We've done a lot of content on this. How does sustainability play a role in what Fiandre are doing with porcelain?
Well, basically, we are selecting and using natural material, selecting the quarries not to use too much of them in order to make sure that we can generate enough technical material for so many years.
Yeah.
Ideally, we're investing, and the vision of the company is to create a net zero company.
Mm.
And active is part of this process because it helps to clean the air as well. One of the features of active is to be anti-pollution, so killing the nitrogen oxide gases coming out from diesel cars, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. So you would say that sustainability is obviously very much front and center of mind when it comes to producing and being able to supply to the cruise industry.
Yeah, basically, well, producing porcelain is really energy consuming. What we use are solar panels all over the factories. This is helping to generate natural power and natural energy, most of it. We use recycled materials, so all our collection are LEED and BREEAM certified, meaning there is more than 40% content recycled, which is another really important topic. And moving on, surely all the investment will go towards this vision.
Yeah, and then just finally, then the cost implication for active surface, and now obviously it all depends, I imagine, on thickness and all of the other types of things that would be specified. But do you see the future being totally active surface, as everyone's thinking about viruses, everyone's thinking about health and hygiene, sanitation? Do you see in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years that all of your products will be treated, will be made up with this active surface technology?
It might be. It might be because the world is going towards antivirus surface. They're actually working, so no nanotechnology coating. And the demand now, unfortunately, for everyone is higher than before. As we spoke at the beginning, this investment was made in 2009. And just now, everyone realized how important our antivirus surfaces to get hold of this kind of new viruses coming up, etc. So eventually, yes, it will mostly depend on the scale economy, so how many kind of material will produce with this kind of technology, the less impact it will have into the price at the end.
Yeah. So in terms, but in the immediate, so for example, a product that you would have sold pre-COVID and a product that is treated or has this active surface technology, what's the typical difference in cost per square meter as a percentage, if you can?
Well, I would say around 10%,
Okay.
10-15% difference, but this can be rebounced back on cleaning and maintenance costs.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's a long-lasting investment for people that they're willing to provide to their own client a better service, because we made some statistics about it. We made some survey, and people are actually feeling safer when they know that the walls and floors are made up with this kind of surface.
Yeah, and so I've spoken to some companies that not in your sector but have some sort of coating that would go onto a product, and this is like an antiviral, antibacterial coating. Now this has effectively a shelf life. It would need to be recoated at some point. What's the life of this technology?
It will last as long as the slab is fixed to a wall or a floor or a basin or whatever, wherever is used, because
Yeah,
it's in the porcelain, so
in the actual material, not
it won't
on.
go away. It won't go away. Yeah.
Wow. And is there a difference in lead time? So if someone was to order, let's just say a square meter, but what's the difference in lead time to have the active surface technology inside and not?
Well, there is difference because, of course, active it might be required as a bespoke item, bespoke design, so that takes longer. Usually, there's no much difference, to be
Okay,
honest,
great.
because it's made within the same process. So,
Yeah. Okay. And then finally, for the audience of your customers and potential customers that are watching this, what are some of the objections that you guys face when offering this product or this solution out to your customers, and how do you overcome that? What are some of the key things the misconceptions, if you will, that you come across, and how do you overcome those?
well, basically, the most difficult part is communicate such a technical feature. Of course, when you talk about titanium dioxide moleculars, it's pretty hard to everyone which is not in the chemist industry to understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So usually data are helping. So the amount of nitrogen oxide killed by active surface or the tests run against viruses and bacterial. So the final result saying, okay, the exposure under LED light makes the surface clean in 3 hours, 4 hours, etc. This is helping because our numbers are helping everyone.
Yeah.
This is mostly the struggle we're facing to communicate something which is invisible at the end of the
Yeah.
day, but
Yeah.
proven to be working.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, the tests, the certificates are on the website. We will put these in the comments. So for anyone that wants to see those, that we'll give you access to those. And then actually finally, because I think I've said finally a couple of times now, but I keep thinking of good ones. You've got a captive audience here now, Matteo. You've got designers, architects, anyone involved in vessel refurbishment, new build, shipyards. What is the message that you want to send to these people watching at home about the company, about your product? You've got an opportunity. What do you want to say?
They might think about anything to be produced with active surface. The people that will actually leave the environment where they will select to use active surface will be amused and really happy to live in an environment where viruses cannot live, so they can feel safer. The aesthetic result of active now is amazing. So everyone can feel like being in a really high-end environment together with a really safe environment, which is what we're always striving to achieve at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you very much, Matteo. I really appreciate your time. For everyone at home, thank you for joining us. We're going to put Matteo's contact information below as well, along with the link to the website, so you can check out their products. And we will see you at Cruise Ship Interiors Expo America on October the 28th and 29th.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Toby.
No
Appreciate it.
problem. Thank you. Take care.
Ciao. Bye-bye.